Hi kids, welcome to Terry on Tuesday. I did say last week that we'd carry on with the Vlahug Commander helmet build, but there's been a lot going on. I will be making progress on it, I promise. Sorry to anybody who was hoping to catch up with the next installment of that, but there's been so much going on that I haven't really had time to donate a big chunk of today, being Sunday, to doing it. As you probably know, unless you've been hiding under a rock, our Kickstarter campaign for Bloody Students, the film, is just about ending. Let's have a think. Today is the 28th for me, Sunday, 29 Monday, 30 Tuesday. Okay, so by the time you watch this on a Tuesday, hopefully, it will be the last day of the campaign. Now, at the time of recording this, we're probably about $8,000 away from the target. So unless someone has jumped in by now with deep pockets and a very big heart and saved our movie Kickstarter, not the movie itself, but the Kickstarter, then it looks like we're not going to hit the target. Never mind. As I've said, we didn't put all our eggs into the Kickstarter basket anyway. But we've got some events coming up, and we've got other things planned, and we've got ways to donate directly to the film's budget, etc., etc. I've also been out and about, as you'll see in some pictures. I've been picking up various Egyptian artifacts and papyruses and little statues and stuff to populate the museum sets of the film. Right now I'm looking just for Egyptian stuff, but obviously the museum the museum isn't just going to have Egyptian stuff. There's going to have like Roman stuff and other historical, interesting looking things, vases, etc. So I've got something important to say, actually. Now, unknown to most of you, our film, see the two lead characters? They're gone. Not the characters themselves, but the actors. This was known to me before the 1st of May when we were doing the Kickstarter, but it was too late to run the Kickstarter with additional graphics and etc. and all this explanation. So I thought I'd just leave it until now. So you may have noticed a few weeks ago I started mentioning auditions coming up for the film. So any prospective actors out there, male and female, we are looking for 2 lead characters for our film. The characters of Fordy and Trish, as portrayed in all the graphics by Jeff Logan and Mandy Rose. Now, you're going to wonder why we don't have those actors anymore. It's all completely amicable, don't worry. Before the Kickstarter started, I had a private chat with Jeff, who is literally snowed under with stuff to do. He's got a very demanding job. He's got his own private projects to do, and he's got some home issues, family issues, which I'm not at liberty to talk about, that he really needs to put time into. And the thought of doing a film starting in September was beginning to weigh heavily on him, on top of everything else he has to do. Now, I've known Jeff for a long time, so I totally understand where he's coming from. I, myself, am completely overwhelmed with everything I have to do as well. So I said to Jeff, look, this is not my first rodeo, mate. You may remember back in the days of Offworld, we had a last-minute cast change where I had to step in to play a character because the actor literally couldn't cope with the stresses of the 6-day shoot, and everything that entailed. So I said to Jeff, dude, it's fine. I would be happier if you pulled out now than try your best and then have to pull out halfway through the shoot or a couple of days before the shoot, etc. At least this gives us time and an opportunity for an actor out there to step in and play Fordy. I'll go into the specifics of the character and the actors we're looking for in a bit. But let's talk about the Trish character. Trish is our lead character, and our chosen actress, Mandy Rose, was wishful thinking on my part. I've known Mandy for quite a bit, and I've watched her from, just very small stuff to really growing as an actress. She is in demand like you would not believe. She's constantly traveling around the world doing acting and whatever else she does, modeling and that kind of stuff. She is a huge talent, and I guarantee you're going to see her on the big screen long before you see my film on the big screen. She's just that good. I was hoping and praying that she would be available, but we had a chat about it, and I gave her the option, just like I did with Jeff, but she said, you know what, you may be right. I don't want to promise that I'm going to be in Bloody Students and then have to pull out because I'm too busy, because that's the problem. When you cast people you really want who are damn good, they're going to have bigger, better projects to move on to. And I can't blame them for that. I'm not going to be bitter about it. I'll be heartbroken that I don't have Fordy and Trish played by Jeff and Mandy. But them's the breaks. This happens with every film. People come in, drop out, whatever. No one got fired in this case. But, you know, these things do happen. And look at Eric Stoltz as Marty McFly. Filmed a couple of scenes and they replaced him with Michael J. Fox, the actor they really wanted. So this happens a lot in films, but you just don't get to see it very often. It's kept under wraps, but I'm just being honest with you. So who's going to fill the two black voids at the top of our cast, are the two lead characters? I'm going to cut to some text and some notes, and then I'll tell you all about it.
Trish, female, age 18 to 25 years old, 5 foot to 5'9" tall, bookish, not so tough but outspoken. Trish is a hard-working student who's looking at her options seriously after university. She's beginning to wonder about her relationship with Fordy, who just can't stop stealing stuff. But she has a few secrets of her own, and it's important that she finds out just where she stands with Fordy once and for all. She's intelligent and independent, but stubborn when she sets her mind to something. Sometimes this can lead to mistakes and jumping to conclusions. But when things get serious, she shows her strength and bravery. Self-tape info. A plain background with decent lighting. Mid-shot, waist-up preferred. 1 take per line. Pick your best take, and if we need more, we'll ask for it. Use WeTransfer or similar to send your lines to us at info@bloodystudents.co.uk. And here are the lines. The lines are also in the description to this video. Fordy, male, age 18 to 25 years old, 5 foot to 5'10" tall, confident, not a jock, charming, cheeky and clean-shaven. Fordy's a bit of a slacker. He's a student but keeps getting tempted into petty crime. He's got the gift of the gab and uses his wits to persuade friends to help him. He does care a lot for Trish and plans to go straight after one last very lucrative job. He's aware of all the risks he's taking with the law in his relationship, but feels he can get away with anything. He's brave when needed to be, and has a soft side that only shows itself when he's with his girlfriend. Self-tape info. Plain background, decent lighting. Mid-shot, waist-up preferred. 1 take per line. Pick your best take, and if we need more, we'll ask for it. Use WeTransfer or similar to send your lines to us at info@bloodystudents.co.uk. And here are the lines. The lines are also in the description to this video.
Okay, so that's what's involved. We're looking for two tremendous young-ish characters, actors. I keep saying characters and actors. It's all a bit interchangeable. But, you know, this will be, at the very least, a really good showcase for your talent. At the most, it will be a feature film that gets a release with an American distributor, if we make it well enough. That's always been the disclaimer. I think it'll also be a good learning experience for all of us, including me. It will be a load of fun. And I think it will be something that you can look back on and be proud of. I'm certainly pulling out all the stops. So it will be really interesting and exciting for me to see who wants to step up to the plate, who thinks they can carry an entire motion picture. And, you know, we want someone who's talented and dedicated and fun, easy to get on with, committed to rehearsing and learning lines and this kind of thing. If you're the kind of person who thinks, well, I don't fit the character and I'll just turn up on the day and they can give me the lines, that ain't going to work. That ain't going to work because the rest of the cast are pretty seasoned and I've got a lot of faith in them. You can't half-ass this, unfortunately. I've seen films where people have been shot line by line and it looks like the most awkward, unnatural thing ever. We're going to need people to rehearse and to memorize lines. I can just about memorize lines. I hate doing it, but you've got to have a learning lines mentality. And if you're serious about your acting, you're going to be good at, or at least willing to put the time in to learn your lines from the script. So at the moment, it's self-tapes. We know we're going to get a lot of people interested for both roles. The self-tapes will involve, as I said, 3 lines with 3 different emotions, just so I can judge, who seems to interpret those lines and those emotions well enough. Then we'll probably do a short list from those video self-tapes of people who we think fit the roles best. Now, unfortunately, like everything, this is not the X Factor, but in a film, there can be only one. In our case, it's going to be only 2, but it will involve saying thanks but no thanks to a lot of people. Not because you're bad, just because you don't possibly fit the idea we have in mind of these characters, Fordy and Trish. Now, once we've done the shortlist, we'll probably start meeting people in person, in somewhere easy to get to, like Cardiff. And we'll need to just chat with them and get to know them and see what these people are like, because you can tell whether or not an actor's going to work or not in the role, because some people could be the best actors in the world, but they are just very bad to get on with, very, difficult people. Not slagging anyone off, but that is what occasionally happens. I want my current cast to get on well with the 2 newcomers. I want the 2 newcomers to slide in really nicely into the roles and really have fun with the cast, because they're all supposed to be friends, in the film. And I want to see some of that chemistry in real life. Now, with Fordy and Trish, of course, they're in a relationship that's been going for 2 years. And although it's not the sturdiest of relationships, it's going through a slight rough patch, they still have to sell the fact that you could buy the fact that these 2 characters are in love. There's nothing majorly intimate, but there is at least 2 scenes where they embrace and kiss. So if that kind of thing makes you uncomfortable and you think, oh, well, maybe I can tell them to take that scene out, I'm not taking that scene out. So if that makes you uncomfortable, it's something you don't want to do, or maybe you've got a partner who's not too happy with you getting close to another person, even if it's just on screen, then please don't enter. If, again, you don't fit some of the descriptions that I've put out, it's probably best you don't enter. The one caveat I will say is that if you're over 25 and you can pass for, mid-20s, you're in with a chance. But if you're like me, way over 25, in my case, double, you're probably not going to be able to play someone young enough to be in their sort of early mid-20s, that kind of thing. Anyway, that's about it for this week. Like I say, I do apologise for not getting back on the Vlaherd Commander helmet. But with the Kickstarter ending and everything else going on, and obviously the casting call now for these 2 new characters, and plus work to pay bills, rent, all this kind of malarkey, it's all piling up on me. So I haven't had the time to do more than this video that you see here, which is a bit of talking to camera and some voiceover. All right. Anyway, hopefully, we'll be back next week to tell you more about it. The auditions will probably be in full swing. We don't have a deadline for auditions just yet, but it'll be interesting to see who applies. We welcome applications from just about everyone. as long as you fit some of the criteria. And I think it'll be a really fun experience, you know, for you as a new cast member and for the new cast members to meet you and be the face of the new film. I wish I was 25. I'd cast myself as Trish. Anyway, that's it for me for this week. Take care now. Bye bye then.